Alright, so we just decided to do the best thing we knew how to do, and that is to cut the gas tank apart. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to fix it. So if you look in here, you'll see all this crud. Oh my gosh, that thing weighs like a good 9 pounds, and that's all sludge. In here, oh, you can't see it. Mike, you hold the flashlight. Now in here, I don't have my gloves on, but it's like the frickin' sand pits. So we're going to clean all this out, and we are going to... look how thick this gunk is. It's like, oh my gosh. We're going to take scrapers, scrape all this stuff out, get it all nice and clean, and then weld it back together. Put some POR 15 on it, and hopefully it seals up all the leaks. This is what's called DIY gas tank restoration. And if it don't work, you know, what are we out? A gas tank that was full of crap and probably cost $500 to replace. Alright, so we cut open the tank of the 280 SEL, and I don't know if you can gonna be able to see this. Yeah, Mike trying to hold the light, I'm trying to scrape and video at the same time. And look at this stuff that just comes out of here. You can see over here how thick it actually was sitting on the bottom of the tank. So we've got a long way to go to try to clean this thing up. Look at that. I think it's going to be able to be saved. It's just going to take a lot of scraping and cleaning. And then we still got that piece over there, which is just full of stuff, but since it's straight, I think that'll be easier to clean. This I have to figure out. When we had it full of water, let's see if I can get in here, it wouldn't drain through where the filter goes. So I think all this was clogged all around the bottom of it, and that's how it's supposed to feed. And with it that clogged, there ain't no way it was going to. So hopefully this is the last cut we have to make. I really don't want to have to cut the top so we can get straight down into this section. Alright, so we got half the tank here. Well, half. A small part of the tank that we had cut out. You can see the giant chunks. So we've got our wood chisel, a wire brush. And I think we're going to go to town and see if we can't get this thing clean. Well, you can see a hole in it right there. So we'll have to be brazing that up. There's a hole there. I knew about that one. So we'll braze those up. When we put the tank back together, I think I'm going to tack weld it in a few places and then try to braze it. And if that doesn't work, I've got a TIG attachment for my welder. I might try to TIG weld it. I've never TIG welded before, so it could definitely be interesting. After we get it all together, we'll POR 15 it, and hopefully it don't leak. Alright, so I've been out here for about 5 minutes, and you can see the tank's coming nice and clean. However, there's a hole there, and there's a hole there, which I knew. What I didn't expect was how thin this is. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me see if I can just bring the whole thing over here. Yeah, you can see it's kind of like Swiss cheese in there. So, oh, this is going to be a lot more brazing than I thought. And then to come over here, there's another little pinhole there. Now, pinholes I'm not worried about. This stuff here, though, I almost want to cut it out and put new metal in, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to braze the whole thing, and then I'll POR 15 it before I weld it back together too on the inside, and I'll POR 15 it on the outside, and hopefully I don't have any leaks. But anyway, it's looking pretty good. We still got this side over here, which is next, and yeah, I think we're gonna get this done in another 5 minutes, and then we can start on the big part of the tank. And you're probably not gonna be able to see too much because of the sun and where I'm working, but I'm really just taking the scraper, scraping the big chunks off. You probably can't see up there, but all that's done already. And I'm taking the wire wheel and going in there and cleaning everything up. It does not have to be perfect. That's what we have the screen for, and a fuel filter. So I'm just trying to get all the loose stuff off of there and all the goo and everything as clean as I can. And then I think I'm going to spray with Osfo to stop the rust. And then I've still got to braze the other holes. But it is coming along. Well, I thought this was pretty neat, so I'm going to try it again. I don't know if it's going to work. This is the return line, and we're going to squirt some brake cleaner in there. Notice it don't go anywhere. Oh, it didn't do it. Last time it was a big black trail of goop that come running out. That was pretty neat. So this side over here, yeah, it's not going anywhere either. So this whole tube is clogged. I don't know what I'm going to get in there, but I'm going to have to get something in there to clean that tube out. The rest of the tank, though, I mean, it's looking pretty good. I like it. So a little bit more work. The top's already done. So really it's just that corner needs it, and a little bit down in here. But other than that, it's going to be ready to go. Alright, so I found a stick and I shoved in there. And oh my gosh, look at that. That is just disgusting. Whoop, the goop that comes out of there. Oh, we'll probably do this a few more times. I think we're getting somewhere. I think we got it up to about here before it started really getting hard to push. That's just kind of hanging there. That's neat. Okay, next in this series of adventures, we take welding wire and we shove that in here, and it is coming out the other side. Oh no, it just broke. Alright, so I knew it was brittle, but I didn't know it was going to be that brittle. So let me get the pliers, pull this out, and then we might actually be able to get some fluid through it. Alright, so we ran 4 strands of wire through it. And it's getting clear. It's not clear yet, but it's a whole lot better than it was. Okay, well, we're getting somewhere. You can see the hose is split somewhere in here, so at least we're getting it down this far. I'm going to end up cutting it and putting in a piece of rubber hose. I can see it already. But last time I did this was pretty cool. You should see the brown stuff coming out. I don't know what it's going to look like this time, but here we go. Oh, there we go. I think we may have something. That looked pretty good. Okay, it's going to be hard for me to film this next part. I'm going to clean this off. I've got that one piece of the gas tank soaking in the Berryman chem cleaner, carburetor cleaner. And yesterday it looked pretty good, so I let it soak overnight. And tonight, or today, I'm going to take that part out and give it the once over, scrub it a little bit, and I'll show you back when I get done. But I gotta put the gloves on, and I'm not gonna be able to record. Okay, well, I just pulled it out, and I think it's nothing short of amazing. And this thing is so clean. I don't know if you can see in there. There's a little bit of stuff here and there, but the stuff growing on the sides, I'm not too concerned about. This hole was totally clogged. You can see through it now. I'm going to call that a rousing success. And now the next step is I've got the torches out. I'm going to try to braze up these holes, and we'll see how that goes. Probably start with the small one over here first. That's a pretty big one, so I don't know if that's going to go. These little ones here, those should go fine. And then we got this little one right here. So let me get to work on that, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so here we are. We got these holes all welded and brazed. That big one right there, there was a lot of little holes, and when you try to weld it, it would like blow through. So I kept going and going and going, and finally I've got it where no light is shining through anywhere. So I'm going to call that good. I've got some rust cutter I'm going to throw in here. That should neutralize the rust. Latest update we got here. This piece here has only been sitting for about an hour. You can see that almost all the rust is gone. I like that a lot. Probably come back and hit it a little bit more. But actually, I don't think the pieces that are there are rust. I think they're just stuff that's stuck there. Maybe a little bit of rust over here. I just sprayed the inside, and wow, it's doing a number on that already. I did put the swirly piece back in there. Probably called an anti-slosh device or something like that. Anyway, that's back in. The return hose, I cleaned that out the other day. You saw that, so that's all good. And now we just wait. So I decided to bring it in the garage today because it's going to be hot out and it's going to be a little bit quieter out here. I got the JBL Flip 5 set up, ready to play some music. I started getting the gas tank tacked together. Well, that one didn't hold at all. That one did. That one's good. Okay. So I think what the plan's going to be is get it tacked in place with the MIG welder. Once this is all tacked in place, I'm going to go and try to TIG weld the rest of it together and see how that goes. Fired it up, started welding. All of a sudden I noticed I wasn't getting anything. Sure enough, out of wire. So I come back over here to the snap-on, change out the bottle, grab the torch, hook everything up, start welding. And this thing here is a real pain in the butt. I'm playing with the wire speed, playing with the temperature, and it just wasn't working right. And all of a sudden it wouldn't feed anymore. So I take a look in here, and this was just a big coil of mess. So I can't really pull this one out because it's so in there. It's just really being a pain. So I did what anybody would do. I threw this crap on the ground. So get out of here, snap-on junk. And went and picked up another spool of wire for the Lincoln welder. So here we go. Time to pop this on, feed it through, and continue welding. Alright, we got our plug in the bottom. I got this on the return line. Hopefully it holds. It's time to roll this thing over. There we go. Now I need to find some way to support it. Probably put a chunk of wood under there, hold it up, and then we're going to fill it up with water and see if it leaks. Okay, so what we did is we used a different kind of tank sealer on here. I really hated it. It's a two-part epoxy, and you brush it on, and then you're supposed to put fiberglass mesh on, and then another layer. I just put it on there because we only had a small pinhole, and everything's perfectly dry now. I did put 3 more coats of POR 15 over top of this, and we got the tank full. You can probably see the reflection. And there's a little bit of water spilled there because when I was filling it, it overfilled the top, which is fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it overnight, come out and check it. We got a little bit of water spill here from the hose, and hopefully it is dry tomorrow.